No, I was just thinking, this was episode 108 or episode 100. The episode itself may not feel like anything special to you guys, and initially I thought it wouldn't be for me either, but it is when I stop and think back and look at everything that's changed since I started filming these. I mean, I've dropped probably 30 pounds since I started filming these. Prior to that was another 30 pounds. I've walked, I haven't totaled it up yet, but nearly 2,000 miles. Walked or hiked or snowshoed. 2,000 miles. I think my editing went from botchy crap to something watchable, at least. At least that's what everybody's telling me, so hopefully you're not lying to me, but yeah. It's been a good time. So I don't know what our next milestone would be. I would hope 1,000 subscribers, but we got a long way to go. So anyway, don't forget, please like, comment, share this video. It helps me out. Gives you a feel good because you helped me out, right? All right, guys, be good. Greetings from Dystopia, episode 108. 100, 108, 100, 100, 10800. We're going to head over here to Redgate, see what it looks like. I've read reports this morning of overcrowding. Still got to get a pool noodle. Of overcrowding in that preserve, which is something I complained about a while back, and it's one of the reasons I don't go there much lately. It's just because of overcrowding. So we'll go take a look, and if it's uncrowded, we'll go for a walk. It's Thursday, so likely the only people that will be there are serious, but you never know. I'm going to change up a little bit how I do my walks. I'm going to focus on doing longer walks during the week instead of on the weekends. Reason being because just people are being stupid. There's no nice way to say it. And it's what I need to do to avoid crowds. So I'll start doing more and more at home on the weekends, more on the bench. Raz pie, stuff like that on the bench. Gear mods, things like that. This preserve is well within my safe range from the house, but it's a lot of this to get to it, a lot of zigzagging on the streets. So the drive, what arguably should be a 15 to 20 minute drive, ends up being more like 40. If the weather holds out, I thought it would be pretty neat to go down to the Waponsie Glacier Trail, or Glacial Trail, I forget exactly how it's called. I just stopped at a stop sign, and I'm sitting there waiting like it's a light. Anyway, I was lost in thought there. There's a lot of buffalo down there, but I actually shared something on Facebook this morning talking about the success of the reintroduction of buffalo to the Midwinter Prairie. So I thought that might make a neat visit down there to see if we can get some shots of buffalo. I will probably do it next week. Depends on two things. Number one, when I get my Lumix back. So I've got the big camera and heat index because they're forecasting next week to be worse than this week. So I'm not going to be walking tons of miles in the heat. And I know somebody just went, "Oh man, come on." I'm not going to kill myself to make videos. I'm trying to keep an eye on my battery. I have noticed some quality drops in the footage on the Osmo Pocket. And they're thermal related. Because yesterday there was some pixelation in the video. And I thought about right where it was. And I instantly remember thinking, man, this camera is hot. So it's definitely getting on the border of overheating sometimes. So we'll take a look at that at some point. There's no way I can really add heat sinks to this, least of all to the camera head. It already has a heat sink in the back, and there would be no clearance to add an additional heat sink. Otherwise, that would be the easy solution. Heading up the old road. Well, I can tell you that feels like rating is a gross understatement. Yeah, Blue Jays. It feels much warmer than 99 or 98, whatever. So, up the hill we go. Well, I think we'll do a woods trail for a little bit. It's funny, the trails are dry over here, which means all that rainfall last night never hit over here. Or if it did, it was much lighter. Alright. Let me get some trail behind me, and I'll come back. Well, what was nice to see is that they've cleaned up this tree that used to block the trail. Hopefully they've cleaned up the rest of them. Yeah, they've done quite a bit of trail maintenance out here. Cleaned up a lot of the trees that I used to have to climb over or under all winter long. And it's amazing. I mean, I know these trails, but they look completely different in the summer. Got used to them in the winter, being so bare and being able to see back, 100 feet or like this when you used to be able to see all the way to the top of the hill. Now, 20, 30 feet in areas, that's all you can see. Some of you may recognize this creek crossing. It's now all dried up. Used to be a log right down here going across. But yeah, it's all dried up now. I'd hope that as summer got here, all the growth would silence that highway a little bit next to us, and it hasn't. Sorry if the camera works a little off center and herky-jerky here, but this is actually a downhill, and there's lots of little roots and stuff, roots and rocks and everything else I got to keep my eyes on. I was trying to think when the last time was I was here, and it has to be late March when I was out here. Probably the last week of March. I'd have to go back and look at the episodes, but yeah. Anyway, let's keep on walking. Debating remaking a photo here. That's the tree that fell down right as I walked past it. And they left it here as it goes. I'll spin you guys this way. Trail now goes under it. I'm sure you guys can hear all the blue jays in here. They're just arguing back and forth. It's pretty cool back up that way. I don't even see any little pocket holds. Right. I'll go back this way and walk some more. It just dawned on me. I forgot my little handheld tripod. Daughter was after me to do hero shots again. And I can't do one. I don't have my tripod. I got nothing to mount the camera to a tree with. It's funny, some of these sections, these up and downs are a little slick. Like that was a rock I stepped on, but it was just My foot just slid right off of it. Back on another uphill section, which has always been one of the things I loved with this preserve. I forgot the total change, but it's not a lot, but it's something like this loop I'm doing now is something like 1,900 feet elevation gain and loss through this trail. So it's a pretty nice workout, as you can hear the highway noise. Oh, there it is. I was just going to say that choker tree is right here somewhere. Right there. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of that from this spring. But yeah, a lot of walking, a lot of roots. And I've mentioned that before too. This is so reminiscent of trails in Germany and the Pacific Northwest with all of the roots on this thing. You don't have to worry about tripping over a rock. It's the roots here that'll get you. Had to stop and water up and pull out a map. I think I'm going to take that red trail right there. It's the trail I've mapped out before, running. This is a long uphill, but it's actually going to make it a shorter walk. Because I'm getting tired. Nah, it's a little hotter than I thought. I don't know if you can see the sweat running down my face or not, but I wasn't expecting the heat to be this bad. I got a mountain biker coming. All right, so I got out of their way. Finally, the last guy said, it's just the four of us. Been watching these videos long enough, you'll know that. It's a pet peeve of mine when mountain bikers come through and they don't say how many's in the group. It's not that often you see one, but you know, one guy by himself. Usually it's two or more. So anyways, oh, I can't turn you guys around because the mode I'm in. But yeah, I'll give you a 360 this way. How about that? Pretty piece of wood here. All right, back to my walk. There's the old man. He actually did green up a little bit. I thought this was his last year. Sadly, I've got no way to really give you scale of just how massive this tree is. Other than, you know, if you keep that in mind, that size. I can put my hand on him. Maybe if I spin it around. Stand in front of him. Well, that doesn't really work either. It's way wider than I am. But yeah, it's good to see he came up a little bit. Now I ain't got somebody else. That one was interesting. Mountain biker completely snuck up on me. His bike is, I guess, internally geared in the hub, and it doesn't have a chain. It's a belt. So there were none of the usual, you know, the typical rattles that would give away a mountain bike coming. The last second I heard him tap his brake, and I heard that beep, that quick little squeak as the pads contacted. I turned around and he was like 6 feet behind me. Jesus! A couple of times now back. I think I'm, probably at half a mile back on this trail. And twice now, I've had to actually pull out the GPS to make sure I'm on the right trail, heading the right direction. This place is so different in the summer. Most of my usual landmarks are now hidden. So it's like I know where I'm at, but every now and then something's not right, or I can't see something that I used as a landmark. Yeah, I was just thinking this walk's probably not much for you guys to look at. It's just like any other walk, I guess. But for those that came along on the live videos in the beginning, you know, they would probably recognize some parts of it. It's another place where the birdsong is pretty cool, but sometimes, like you can hear now, gets drowned out by the traffic noise. Yeah, alright, so here's our giant tree cancer. I've shown that before. See, that's the kind of stuff I was talking about, where there's the little landmarks that I have in my head, but yet sometimes with the underbrush growth I can't see them. Well, here's a report on my fuel efficiency. 4 miles to the liter. At 4.6 miles actually, but I just finished my first liter of water in the pack. That's not a very good ratio. I didn't hydrate up enough last night either, so I'm gonna pay for it, but I got more than enough water with me. There's another one of the small creeks, dried up. 5.36 miles in. Adductors have not been complaining at all, but I'm not running either, so but I am pushing it at a pretty good clip. If you're a mountain biker, don't do that shit. See that skid mark? You want to know why trails are road? That's why. But yeah, so 5.36 miles. Down, I probably got 2 miles left and I'll be out of here. There's the ravine down there where I took you guys on one of the videos. We're about half a mile from where that little fire was that day with where obviously somebody had a fire. Oh, I wish this was smell-o-vision. I'm in that pine stand and it just smells so good. This is where I did the log jump. It was an opener to one of the early episodes. Well, the good news is I'm not tired at all, but I am hot. Should have paid more attention to the weather. I didn't think it would get this hot today. But yeah, it's the occasional breeze actually making it down to the ground level is pretty nice. Oh, like right there. But yeah, it's a hot one. I think she's just as surprised to see me as I am to see her. I like how she's not even moving. She's just staring at me. But I don't think that's Tinkerbell. Maybe it is. I can't tell. It doesn't look like her because I don't see the scar on the rump on the left cheek. Let's see. Come here. Come here. This is about where I would get distance-wise from her. And Tinkerbell would bow her head and then come over. I don't think that's her though. Nope, no scar on the rump. That's not her. Yeah, that's funny though. For a minute I thought that was Tinkerbell. I always saw her on the other side of this preserve, but you know, they move around. But yeah, she wasn't sure what to make of me. She stepped away and just went back to feeding, so obviously I was no threat to her. Which seriously, unless it's time to eat, I have no ill will towards deer until it comes time to put them on a plate. Alright, so I finished the loop. through the wood. Now I'm back out to the old road. Don't feel like walking them, but one reactor is buried up there and around the curve. It's about 700 feet that way. And the other one would be this trail around through the woods, probably over a quarter mile that way. But yeah, it's a little too hot for me to try and push too many miles today. I'll probably be close to 7 by the time I get out of here. Not bad. I can live with that. This tree marker featured in an episode. Pretty cool. Yeah, sad to say it, but I'm going to retire these shoes today. They're, as I walk on, they're starting to actually hinge on that rock plate. So it's a little uncomfortable on the bottom of my foot. It's not bad, but it just tells me that that plate is now completely cracked. So it's time for pair number 3. If you're looking for a good shoe, these Ultra Lone Peaks they're just a phenomenal shoe once you get used to them. A few of my friends bought them, but I haven't heard back how they liked them. I love this shoe. I'm afraid to even try the new version. Oh, I'm thirsty. Yeah, it's just hot. Other than that, it's a nice day. You can hear the cicadas are singing again today. Yeah, huge difference in this wood between winter and summer. But yeah, let me spin you guys around. Oops, there we go. It's the old road from right at the start of World War II. Wanted to make sure I was far enough away so he can't hear me. I was walking down the hill and I hear somebody just gasping. You know, like he was severely hurt. So I walked down to where I found him, and it's a mountain biker sitting in the shade. He's just winded from riding up this hill, but tell you what, if that's winded for him, he's gonna be sucking ass by the time he gets to the top of this hill. Turned out to be just a tired old man. Shut it. Alright, about a quarter mile from the car now. I just stood there and talked to him for a couple minutes just to make sure he was okay, that he wasn't just putting me on, you know, trying to macho it up, but yet he was really hurt, but he wasn't. He was just winded. Alright, we'll see you in a minute. Alright, done. 6.95 miles. That's by the watch, by the steps, not by GPS. I had it out and running the whole time, but I didn't think to record the track because I've already recorded it, you know, being out here previously. But that's still pretty good. We'll just call it 6.9 and be done with it. I got a fair bit of video. I'll try and edit it down. Nothing real fancy. I didn't make it up to the actual monuments. I think I pointed that out in the video, but it's just it's too damn hot. The price is too damn hot. We got 91 right now. Let's see what the feels like is. It's got to be 100. Feels like 101. It's definitely a hot one. So yeah, I'm getting about 4 point something miles to the liter of water on a day like this. That just made me laugh. I mean, that much left of my second bottle when I got back to the car. So I grabbed a fresh bottle out of my packs in the back, put an electrolyte in it. Alright, let me get around that. Alright, so yeah, we're heading back towards the house now. I gotta stop and pick up a couple things at Wally World. Then I'll head back to the house, start editing this up. Might be a little later getting posted up than normal, but it'll be up. That was a good day. I had no intention of really hiking that far, but once I got out there and got my, I guess you could say my wind, I was just like, yeah, this feels good. I haven't had a lot of high mile days lately. Over the winter was most of my high mile days, and I haven't got out and plowed out a lot of miles since, probably mid-March. Towards the end of March was my last, 14, 15, 16 mile day. It feels good to be back. Be back out there plowing the miles. And it's just the whole mindless aspect of it, Pick up one foot, put it down. Pick up the other one, put it down. Just keep chugging away. Alright, the Wally World stop is done. I hate going in that place. While I was walking around, I just kind of made a mental note and counted. Past 41 people not wearing the masks properly. Of those 41, probably 10 of them were employees. Whatever. At least the majority had masks on and had them on properly. I'm not gonna rant. But yeah. It was a good day. I enjoyed the hell out of that walk. It's just something about that particular preserve that you feel, I don't know, it gives me the feeling of being deeper in the woods than it actually is. I think I needed that today. I needed that bit of peace and quiet. Well, not necessarily quiet, but I saw 6 mountain bikers while I was out there. 7 counting the guy that was on the ground. Oh! If you ever find these videos, dude, I'm sorry, but that made me laugh. I thought I was going to get over there and find somebody seriously hurt. And instead, it's a gentleman a little bit older than I am. Moaning because he was winded. But I get it. Sometimes we start doing things and then it's like, oh crap, I'm not as young as I thought I was. It's funny how quick that sneaks up on you too. I had a couple of those over the last, what are we at, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months, 10 months of trying to lose the weight. I had a couple times where it was like, yeah, I'm not that young anymore, particularly snowshoeing. But it's just one of those things I had forgotten how much I actually enjoyed. Out there snowshoeing in the preserves in the snow. You see all the different animals and they're like, huh? They don't expect humans to be out there when the conditions are like that. That always is good for a laugh. But anyway, it's been a good long day. I'm getting back to the house about an hour later than I normally do. So it's going to be a push to edit this to get it out on time, but we'll get it. Yep. All right, guys. That's it for today. You know the drill. Be good. Be well. Wear the damn mask. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.